Hey, um, so I'm just doing I guess I'm gonna do a recording this time around. So I don't usually like doing recording, but I'm sick and my voice sounds horrendous. And I love the sound of my voice more when when it sounds like I'm slowly dying than when it sounds normal. So I decided to just record while I did a playthrough. I don't know what to call these, but I personally, I I have very complicated feelings about this game, but I've been searching online for just merge magic content that I would personally enjoy watching and seeing, and I couldn't find any, so I decided why not just, do screen records and post them. And I got this really cool tablet for my birthday recently that does screen recording, so I was like, hey, perfect is perfect, perfect timing, perfect equipment, perfect everything. So here I am. It's kind of hard to focus on what I'm doing while talking, but I also thought that wait a minute, how did it? I also thought that like quiet playthroughs would kind of get a little dull after a while, so I was like, you know, why not try one sound video and see how that would work. I don't know, like, I know some people have watched it. I don't know how long. I've never really paid that much attention to it. I'm just trying to put something out there that I would personally enjoy, that I would have loved to have been put out there. And yeah, so maybe talk about my history with merge magic. I wouldn't exactly say I play a lot of mobile games. I hardly play them. I have a very addictive personality, so I've attempted to stay away from them as much as possible. But with merge magic, I don't know, it kind of hit all the right buttons. I'm also really freaking easily distractible. I get like, it's kind of embarrassing how easily distracted I am. I like doing like multiple things at the exact same time. It, like, my brain just can't function without chaos at all time. And this emerge magic has kind of been the right chaos, quote unquote, the right chaos for me. I like to play it mostly while I'm listening to YouTube videos, like really long 3-hour YouTube videos, which is also another reason why there's not a lot of sound. There's not sounds, like, it's also another reason why I've been mostly keeping the videos quiet, because I don't want YouTubers to come up for me. I listen to a lot of 3-hour long, 2-hour long videos on a consistent basis whenever I'm doing merge magic. It's just kind of, I guess it's my relaxation time where I go through my watch later list while distracting myself in a sense with merge magic. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so my history, there it is, getting distracted and getting off topic. But my history with merge magic, I'm horrible with time, so I can't pinpoint years or whatever, but it's been a good, gosh, like 5-6 years with merge magic. First I started playing the game with one of my older tablet, and I lost all of my progress. I read up online why that might have been a thing, and I read that it was probably because of the bubbles. Like, I had in my original game, I had bubbles like all over here, like all this area, like everything here. There were just like floating treasures and chests and money and wonders. And like it was a lot. It was just I don't I'm also a bit of a hoarder. Like in game, out of game, I'm a tad bit of a hoarder. And so I hoarded bubbles. Like a lot of the bubbles were just kind of irrelevant. I didn't really need it. Like I had 5 of the peacock wonders just floating randomly in the ether. I don't know why. And I didn't know how to save my progress back then. Or I did know, but I didn't know how to like consistently save it, because if you're not paying attention, the save could get disconnected and you'd have to reconnect it for it to save your current level or your current progress. And I just didn't know how to do that, and it didn't save, and it was heartbreaking. I cried about it. Of course I did. I cried, and then for like a year or two, I just didn't play the game. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'm mad. I'm just, forget the game. But slowly but surely, I found myself back in it. I realized that, starting over with what I've learned from the first go at it, I can maybe make my progress a little less slow. So I started up the game again, and I've actually gotten much further than I did the first time around. Land-wise, I think the first time around, this was closed, and this was closed, and I was maybe the first time around, this section was all closed up, and from here to here was all closed up, and this was all closed up, and it was this area that I was trying to open. That's about as far as I made it the first time around. And I'm happy that I've made such progress, and I haven't spent any money, although that's so tempting. Oh my gosh, it's always so tempted, especially with the events. Whenever an event comes on, I'm just like, ooh, I can afford $100. I could just, but I can't. I have a very addictive personality, but I also like, if I can push myself, I have really good like out of sight, out of mind type thing. Like once I close the game and my tablet's far away from me, it's just like, oh, Merge Magic, who? And I can just not splurge. So it's been a bit of a lifesaver or a money saver. But I would like, if I was just a little bit more financially stable, the amount of money I would throw in this game is sickening. But yeah, so that's a little bit of my history with Merge Magic. I haven't seen like all of the wonders. I want to though. That's like my major goal. I know I'm not gonna, because there are certain wonders that are locked behind a paywall. You have to like these 2 wonders I know I'm not gonna get. The only reason why I even have what I have right now is because of an event that gives these as a reward. But to get these, you'd have to buy them. You have to, to get like level 1, these. Where were these? Let me see. Not you. To get those, level 1, you have to buy them. You just have to buy them. They're right here. You have to spend gems. What are they? Gems. I don't have gems. You have to buy gems. You have to spend actual money to get them. So there are certain wonders that I'm just like, you know what? I'm never gonna personally see them, and that's okay. That's what YouTube's for. If I ever really want to see them, I can always just try to Google it, and maybe, one of these days I'll magically get to see them. Who knows? But that's just my main goal with this game is I want to open all the lands. I know I'm probably never gonna get, like, some of these lands, like this right here feels like an impossibility to me. It's so far away. I'm close to this one right here, but the next, ooh, anyways, I'm sorry. So a lot of these are probably an impossibility, but I feel like I can get a good amount of lands open for, my sanity. I can get a good amount of lands open, and and with that, with lands, also wonders, I want to get as many wonders as I personally can with my current capabilities, which is probably not a lot, but whatever. I have some wonders, like I have the stump wonder, which helps me a lot with getting wood. And I don't know if you've seen if any of you have seen some of my previous videos, but that's just what I do. Like, I just make the peacock wonder using the wood I harvest with the chests I buy. This chest is specifically the strong chest, and I merge it and rinse and repeat. And I also just use these, what are they? This to just make the bull wonder, which just pops out mystery eggs and mystery chests that then gives you eggs of just specific, certain what are they called, fairies, and only certain fairies, which is fine. So playing this game is just you have to reckon with a lot of inevitabilities. Just a lot of realization, like even the tree, the fairy blessed tree wonder, it takes so much grinding. It took so much grinding to get to this one, fairy blessed tree epic. It took so much grinding to get to level 13 tree. I'm not saying it's impossible to get to the wonder. For me and my sanity, I just don't think I'm gonna freaking get there. I don't have faith in myself that I'm ever gonna get there, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try. And 5 years ago, I had enough, I don't know, stamina to get to this wonder, the amazing Thicket of the Unicorn mythical wonder. I used to get this wonder a lot back 5 years ago in my original playthrough. Like, I would get it constantly because I would just grind so much. It would take me like, man, I want to say like 3 hours just to get the bushes. And ever since I learned about 5 merges, that's just been my obsession. Like, I have to only do five merges. I don't like doing 3 merges anymore. So whenever I make a wonder, it has to be a 5 merge. And so it'll take me days of like 2 weeks. I'm doing it right now. My math is horrendous. But 2 weeks to get enough of the final bush to get the wonder, a 5 merge wonder. And then rinse and repeat. And I don't have the time anymore for that. I don't have the time anymore, and I don't have the patience anymore. And it's just easier to just, like I said, just focus on the bowl. I wish I still had it, so I can show you guys what would it look like. But the bowl, which you would get from these, you from the, well, anyways. Oh my god, I'm recording this at like 4 a.m. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm mostly just focusing on the bull wonders and the peacock wonder, and then sometimes if I want to experiment a little, I'll try for the stomp wonder again. It does give like really it just give like a lot of eggs and stuff, and of course blessed trees, which is really nice. And then occasionally I'll try for the the tree, what's it called? I don't want to open it, but anyways, for that wonder. And then there's this wonder, which comes from the tiny, what do they call it, eternal evergreen tree, which I'm close now. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get it again. The good thing about those is that they're kind of like a packaged deal with these, with the peacock wonder, with the chest, within the chest. They like, you can get, you can get both of those wonders within that one chest, which is nice. A lot of the chests work that way. They're like combined with other stuff that you would want to merge, and so it's kind of like a package deal, kind of like the trees are packaged with, are they? Yeah, with the bush. So when you're trying to get the bush wonder, you can also, using the chest, you can also work to get the tree, which is nice. It's still so much. It's work. I'm not gonna lie. This shit is not easy. It's a lot of grinding, using gamer terminology. Anyways, so it's a lot of work. And I understand, like, oh, I play Merge Magic, it's not a real game. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. I don't know, like, if people don't want to call it a game, fine, whatever, it's not a video game. I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's nice for my overstimulated brain, something that just helps me chill out. Like, it's repetitive work, but it's not fully repetitive. Like, I can break off the repetition and just do something completely different whenever I want. Yeah, I can make my focus solely to collect wood, or I can make my focus solely to get these, or I can make my focus the orbs. These, which you can collect and then sell to do, to get coins. Like, I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot of train. Is it train? Chain. It's chain. There's a lot of chain reactions when it comes to this game, which I really love. Working to get one thing will help you progress in getting another thing, which helps you progress in getting something else that you didn't know you were going to get. For example, so using these using this to get the bull reward, the bull wonder, which then helps you get the bull, like a lot of bull wonders, which when you click on it, it gives you a lot of chests that I don't have the money to open, so I can sell those chests to get coins, which then I can also sell the wonders because I have so many of them. I don't need that many. I can sell the wonders to get coins, which then lets me buy more eggs. If I need like 1 or 2 eggs for a final merge, I can do that. So yeah, I like the game. it's a fun game. It's a nice, fun game that's really helping my brain out with its BS, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the game. Like I said before, I'm really sick right now. I'm on antibiotics, really bad ear infection. Like literally the worst ear infection I've ever had. So bad that I'm like on really strong pain medication right now, and I'm not having a good time with the pain medication. Like the nausea, the side effects, literally was like on my bathroom floor for like 2 nights in a row, just throwing up. So I do not recommend stay away from severe ear infections, kids. But I'm feeling a little bit better today, a little bit energetic. Well, I gotta take my antibiotics soon, which also wrecks me, like literally shuts my brain down for like a couple of hours. So just I liked how my voice sounded. I love how my voice gets all cracky and stuff and just weird. Oh, I like that feeling. I don't like my normal voice, but I like this. This is nice. I probably did like try to get my voice to be cracked more often if it probably would lead to like a cold or something, and me having a horrendous immune system. Just can't risk that stuff now, can I? But since I still have a ways to go. Oh, so I don't know how many people do this. Like I'm not that deeply involved with the Merge Magic community. So I don't know like how many of this stuff I'm saying is like, oh, everyone does that. Why are you talking about it? To, oh, I didn't know about that. That's interesting. Like I don't know. Like please don't come for me. Like I'm a very introverted individual. I barely like interact with fandoms as it is, even with stuff that I really, really love. So, like, please be patient with me. I don't know how much of what I'm saying is actually standard knowledge and how many of it is actually, oh, worthwhile information. I'm just talking about what works for me and what I've noticed in the game, playing basically on my own. So I was gonna say, so I've seen a few Merge Magic videos, with people like when they come in, they just ignore their fairies just flying around and doing whatever they want to do. I like to utilize that as much as possible. When they're all out here, I like to have them actually do stuff that would mostly help me. Like I don't want to waste their turn with them just coming to like this little flower and getting a little orb. That's not helpful to me. Like I didn't understand that. Maybe there's some kind of strategy that those players are implementing by just letting their fairies like do, I call it wasted harvesting. But I don't know, maybe there's a strategy there that I don't know about that I'm not seeing. But for me, I like to come in like twice a day. Sometimes I won't be able to. Sometimes work is just too much and I'm just like, I'll skip 1 or 2 days, which happens a lot, especially when life gets involved and I have like other priorities and stuff like that. But I usually have like 2 to 3 times a day where I'm free and nothing's going to bother me, and I can just take the time to just pop in, get some harvesting done, and then leave. And I'm a bit of a neat freak. I'm a hoarder, but I'm also a bit of a neat freak, and so I don't like to leave my garden like a mess. Like this for me personally, it's messy. I like everything has its own designated location, and so once they've all harvested and most of them are like back sleeping or whatever, I'll just clean up a little bit, put everything back where it's supposed to be, sell the stuff that don't need that I can't interact with. Like I can't interact with this treasure. I don't have the things to open it. I'm sorry. And I either erase it or I bubble the things that can be bubbled. The things that bubble, like put it in storage. I put in storage stuff that should be in storage. I leave things that should not be in storage, and da 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 da, and then I just call it a day, or I call it like a moment, and then I come back later. But so yeah, that's just what I do. Yeah, that's like my day in the life of a player, I guess. So I don't have any favorite creatures. I can call them creatures. Fairies. Like, oh wait, there is one. I don't know where she is. There's one creature that I personally have, because I can only count what I have and not what I don't have. If I was to count what I didn't have, it'd be this kitty. She is freaking adorable. This bat kitty, oh my god. Or the little crow with the hat. Oh, so cute. Or the mermaids. I don't have, anyways, boo-hoo, I have no money. But if I was to count just what I have, let me see. Is she's not here, but she kind of has this design, the design of the Elegant Spirit Epic level 4. She kind of has this design, but she's purple. Her outfit is purple and her skin tone is more human fleshy, so you see more of the design from afar. And she's my favorite, and I don't know where she came. I don't know. Okay, once things settle down, I'll try to look for her through here. But like I love her. She has such an adorable, oh okay, maybe it is the crow. I didn't realize I have the crow with the cute hat. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I do have the crow with the cute hat. She or he must have been in event reward. I try not to pay too much attention to the event rewards because it just makes me sad, because I can never complete her, because I can never complete enough events to actually like get her to her ultimate form. So it's just kind of sad to just look too deep into the reward fairies. But yes, reward event fairies aside, I have, my favorite fairy is not this one though. This one just kind of, I feel like it's a bit over designed. Like, is it just me? I don't know. It just, oof. It gives me just, it has a mermaid tail. Oh no, it has a mermaid tail. I don't know. I don't like it. It's so weirdly designed. This adorable little, ooh, so cute. Also an event reward. Super, 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 super adorable. Oh my god. I would buy a plushie of that. I would buy a plushie of that. But like I said, I don't really pay that much attention to reward event fairies, because they'll just make me sad because I can never complete them. But the one that I like is It's that fairy I showed you previously. It's, really super freaking cute. The design is adorable. The color scheme is adorable. And like I said, later on, once everything calmed down, I'll try to show them to you guys. She's so cute. I am a giant fan. I don't know what family she's from. Don't ask me. I'm bad with names. I'm bad with literally everything. I'm just bad at everything. That's my life story. Honestly, at first I thought I would really like the squirrel, but I don't know. Her design just, I don't know. It's enough that it seems like it's enough to be like, oh, that's a nice design. But if you look deeper into it, it just seems kind of basic. No offense. It just, I don't know, personal taste, I guess. But to me, it's just not wow enough or what have you. I thought I would also like the pink snake, but I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes. Even pink. I just don't like snakes. And I also thought this dude would be a major win, but then it's like the wings as arms. It freaks me out. Freaks me out. None fam. Sorry. Um. So yeah, my favorite. You know how long I've been playing the game. About 5 years now, and how desperate I am to open the lands and get as many wonders as possible. Yay! I don't currently have a favorite wonder because I haven't seen as many as I would like to. But I'm sure one of these days I'll have seen enough wonders to be like, oh, that's my favorite. If you would have asked me back then, like when I first started, I probably would have said, not the peacock, this wonder. But it's probably just because it's the wonder I saw a lot back then, so it's like easier to pinpoint. It's like, oh, I've seen this a lot, therefore it's the prettiest. So I don't really put a lot of stake on that. Like, oh, back then that was my favorite. It's like, I don't think that's how that works. But yeah, this is my garden. And I'll just be uploading Merge Magic stuff. Because, I think there's probably someone out there who's been looking for content like this, and they might like this. There you go. Also, I really don't like making content that I would want to see. I prefer for that content to already be out there, for someone to have already made stuff that I'm looking for. Like, I looked everywhere. Like, I looked on YouTube, I looked on Instagram, I looked on TikTok. And that's the other thing, like, TikTok Merge Magic content is mostly just advertisement from like the main Merge Magic TikTok channel, which is all fine and good, but I would like a bit more from like the audience. But whatever, it is what it is. I think the game is pretty popular. I would say, it's still going. It's still going. Like, I would assume it's popular and people are still playing it. Oh my. I'm getting sleepy. I'm conflicted. I have my night medication that I take, but I also have this other medicine that I should probably take as well. It's like I have to pick which one to prioritize right now. And I don't like taking everything all at once. Like, I personally feel, and this is probably just like me being paranoid, but I personally feel like if I take, well, it's probably definitely just me being paranoid, but I don't like taking like a whole bunch of medication all at once. I'm prescribed prescribed a few right now, mostly just because I'm sick. I have more than I usually do, and I just don't want to like take a lot and have them all just like butting heads in there. I prefer to give myself like an hour or two in between all of them, in between certain, in between my medications. Like I take this one right now, and then 2 hours later I'll take these two, because I know these two won't, butt heads too much, and then 2 hours later I take these two, and so on and so on. So I'm conflicted as to which I want to prioritize right now and which I want to wait for a while before I take again, but gonna have to take something soon before I go to quote unquote bed at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I'm gonna to prioritize which I'm gonna take before I go to bed, quote unquote. Anyways, yes, it's gonna be another long video. I have a lot of fairies, so it takes them a while for all of them to come out, do their thing, and then go back to bed. So it's gonna be like another long video. I'm okay with that. I guess maybe I can talk about some stuff I'm currently into. Like some stuff I'm currently interested in. Aside from Merge Magic, I am watching, like with everyone else, the Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, and then the Lord of the Rings show, and then what else am I watching? No, not watching, reading. I am reading. Oh, sugar snaps my ear. Ugh, Cookie Crisp. I have to take my pain meds. Darn it. It's gonna hurt. Well, not hurt, but it's gonna be nausea. It's gonna be nauseous. I have like over-the-counter nausea medicine that has been really, really helping. But I have been avoiding taking my pain meds like all day yesterday. I did not take it, which was fine because my ear wasn't bothering me all day yesterday. Aside from being closed, it just wasn't hurting yesterday. But I guess right now, it's just decided to wake up with a roar, and I have to take care of this. So guys, back into the furnace. Well, anyways, it's fine. Well, this actually does prevents me from going to bed anytime soon, because I gotta make sure the nausea has been squashed before I go to bed, because the last thing I want is to wake up in the middle of the night needing to throw up and then throw up all over my bed, or to have to sleep on the bathroom floor again because of the nausea. I don't want to do that again. As comfortable as it was, because I was too sick to care about comfort, I just don't want to repeat that. So now that I've taken the pain meds, it'll be another 2-3 hours of nursing my nausea. Boo. Anyways, so what am I reading? I am reading, aside from webtoon stuff, what I'm reading and what I'm actually really super excited to talk about is I'm reading a manga called Shadow's House. It's also an anime, but I was introduced to it. Darn, how was I introduced to it? The show. I want to say that I was introduced to the show excuse me, I was introduced to the show before I was introduced to the manga. History is weird. So I want to say that because I remember it clearly. Because this is rare for me. I usually never, like, if I start with the anime, I'll just focus on the anime. Or if I start with the manga, I'll just focus on the manga, maybe read the anime here and there. Maybe, like, watch the anime here and there. But this is rare for me, so I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure, I started with the anime. I started with, like, it being promoted. Like, I saw a YouTube video where someone's like, oh, Shadow's House, this is the reason why the Promised Neverland anime the season 2 of Promised Neverland anime was so garbage. This is what the Promised Neverland anime was sacrificed for. And I was like, ooh, that's a bold statement. What do you mean by that? And then I saw the person. I don't remember the video. I remember none of that. But they were talking about the show. I was like, the concept sounds really interesting. So I went to watch the first episode, and it was intriguing. It was really intriguing. But I got impatient because I watch mostly dubs. I prefer dubs. That's just what I do. I'm a very easily distractible person, so when I'm getting distracted, I like to hear what's going on, even when I'm distracted doing something else. So, I was watching the show and I was like, this is fine, I suppose, but it was slow waiting for the dubs to come out. So I was like, you know what, never mind. Let's just see if we can find the manga and just do it that way. And I found the manga, and it's so bingeable. I binged it in like one night. And I didn't catch up to the whole thing, but I was so close to catching up. And that was shocking. I still went back to finish the anime just because that was my first introduction to it. So I'll always be faithful to the anime version itself, even though I'm super in love with the manga as is. But so I read the manga and I freaking caught up, and it was shocking. But then I put it on hold, my whole out of sight out of mind thing, and I completely forgot about it until season 2 of the anime started airing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, season 2 of the anime, I wonder if the manga had gotten any updates. I was scared because I don't like finishing things. Like, it's kind of bittersweet to catch up to something or to finish it and then having to wait. I hate waiting. I'm not a patient individual. So, so I had to think like, oh, do I really want to just go back into the manga and then read it and then catch up and then wait forever for updates from the manga? And then I was like, sure, why not? And I did. And it's glorious. Like, it is, the story is fascinating. I'm surprised at how creative it is. Not since Promised Neverland has there been, well, not just Attack on Titan, like the world building itself. It's the world building. It's how the shadows work. It's how the shadows have their power over humans. It's how they keep their powers over humans. It's all of that. It's so fascinating. I love world building. World building is my number one biggest thing when it comes to a great story. Like, how big is the world? How does it work? How does the currency work? Like, all of that stuff. Like, that's delicious to me. That's butter on toast to me. It is one of the best things you can do with your story is just give me a giant world with like everything, how the dynamics works, how do people work, how the police works here, how does the hospitals work, how does the schools work, how does jobs work, like And Shadow's House gave that. Like, the new batch of updates to the manga, the new chapters, just explained so much about the world, about how it exists, about the people who exist there, about the motivations of the bad guys. And, like, it's so good. It's so, so, so good. And I don't know how popular it is in the anime community. Like I said, I'm not. I'm not very intertwined with fandoms in my really, really, really old age, and I'm really, really, really old. so, yeah, I don't know how popular or liked even Shadow's House is, but I hope it's getting all the love in the world because it is doing such a good job at its world building and at just being a great manga and being a great. I don't know about the anime though. Like, I like the anime. Don't get me wrong. It'll always be my first love, so I'm a tad biased, but even I will admit, like, the manga is kind of better, only in that I can plow through the manga in like seconds, in minutes, in minutes I could read like an entire volume and be done with it. But with the show, it's a lot of waiting. And like, when people tell me that mangas or even comic books are their favorite medium, like, I get it. It's not a lot of waiting. Like, if you're not a very patient person, it makes sense. So yeah. But yeah, so that's just Shadow's House. I love it. I'm officially caught up, which is a little melancholy. It's a little bittersweet. It's gonna be a lot of waiting to get anything new. So I've been mostly looking for new stuff to sink my teeth into. New things similar to Promised Neverland and Shadow's House. But the other thing about me, like, I'm like sparing my guts out here. Here's another thing about me, but one little aggravating thing about me is that whenever I fall in love with something, I become obsessed. and I want whatever else thing I read or interact with to be exactly like that thing. So when I first read Promised Neverland, I wanted nothing but Promised Neverland. Everything else is garbage unless it's exactly like Promised Neverland. And that's such a shitty way to exist in the world. It's so sad, but that's how my brain works. It's like, ooh, I love chocolate, therefore I only want chocolate. Everything has to be like chocolate. Everything has to taste like chocolate. If you don't taste like chocolate, you're garbage. And that's how my brain functions. And so now that my new obsession is Shadow's House, I just want everything to be like Shadow's House. Like, if it's not like Shadow's House, then it's bad. It's not good. It's da 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 da. Or you have to be like freaking Game of Thrones. If you're not like Game of Thrones, then you're trash. You're bad. You're irrelevant. Or da da da. So it's it's really hard jumping from like Promised Neverland to Shadow's House to like something else, or like what really started look, if there's a middle section in between Promised Neverland and Shadow's House, there is Ascension of the Bookworm, which I love. I adore Ascension of the Bookworm, which I don't think the anime community talks about or even knows exists. Like, I don't see a lot of people talk about Ascension of the Bookworm, which is sad because I freaking love it. I love Ascension of the Bookworm. It is like one of my favorite things of all time. I have not gotten into the light novel, which is kind of sad because as soon as my husband saw that I really, really loved it, he was like, oh, okay, I'll just buy you the book, buy you the light novel. And he bought me the light novel, like literally on the day that he saw that I loved it. And I could not get through it. It's still sitting on my tablet right now. I feel like a bad person. Oh my gosh, I feel like a bad person because I just could not sit through it. We tried the manga. He wanted to try the manga, but the manga is so behind. Even the TV show, even the anime, the manga is behind the light novel so much, and it's even way more behind the freaking anime that it's just like, what's the point? What is the actual point here? Like, I've already read so much. Not read. I've already watched so much. Anyways, it's just a bad combo. But at the end of the day, that's just the reality of it. Like, I love I love Essential Bookworm so much that I've rewatched it so many times. I've rewatched season 1 so many times. I've rewatched season 2 so many times. Season 3 I'm still working through. I don't know why. Season 3 I've been distracted with other things with season 3. I haven't even finished it, but I still freaking love it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever interacted with, and that's just the facts. I hope I'm not losing my voice, like actually losing it. Like, it's disappearing slowly, but it's not quite done. Not quite lost yet. But I love Attention of a Bookworm. I love it so much. I'm still working my way through season 3, and it's just kind of sad that I'm not obsessed with it to the point where I would that I would read the light novel. Like, my obsession doesn't go that far, and that's sad. I wish I could just push through it, push through it, but I can't. Too bad. So sad. But the other let's see, what am I trying to do here? But yeah, so if I was to recommend anything, those would be my recommendations. Promise Neverland, Essential Bookworm, and Shadow's House. But yeah, so since I discovered it, I was like, I need more Shadow's House. I need more Essential Bookworm. I need more Promise Neverland. I need exactly those things. Like, don't bring me anything that isn't exactly like these things that I love so much. And that's where I fail, because, there's only one Promise Neverland. There's only one Essential Bookworm. There's only one Shadow's House. There's only one, of these things that I love so much, and trying to replicate my love for them, it's just childish. It's just kind of childish. I have to move on. And I'm trying. It's hard. I'm working on it. So, yeah. Shadow's House, that's what I'm into. Oh, on the side of cartoons, I'm also into this show called Pantheon. It's on AMC. I want to see if I can get in that correctly. AMC. It's reminiscent to the art style of Invisible on Amazon. Invisible, the animated show on Amazon Prime. The artwork is reminiscent of that. The show, on the other hand, not as bloody, but it's very adult. I don't know if I can say that. Like, I am not good with explanations and breakdowns and trying to get people to watch things or recommendations. No. But that's another thing that I've been really into, and each episode's like an hour long, which is woof, especially with the story that they're trying to tell. So summary, the story is about a little girl, she's 14 years old. A teenage girl finds out that her dead father has had his mind uploaded into the internet, and he's not technically dead, he's still alive. And then she I guess embarks on her journey to, I don't know, like a lot of stuff that I would even try to say is just like kind of spoilery, but the basicness of it is that it's dealing with not artificial intelligence but uploaded intelligence. And fun fact, I actually got into the show because of TikTok, because people were posting these like random clips of the show on TikTok, and it was just kind of like weird, unsettling, like aspects of it on TikTok, because there's also this side story. They all come back to like uploaded intelligence, but there's this side story with this character named Caspian, whose entire life has just been like Truman Show, like if you know the movie, like not being watched, but like his mom and his dad are actors, and they're acting out the role of the wife beater and the mom who's getting like abused by by her husband, and she's like sad and stuff, and she like berates him when he's not acting too well. It's like um she's like, oh, you didn't smack me in the face hard enough, like you need to make it look good and stuff like that. And that's how I got into it. Was like, oh, what's going on, what's this all about? And it's only after I started watching the show that I was like, oh, like, okay, so we're starting with this girl whose father's brain was uploaded. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess eventually we'll get to Caspian and his whole thing, but but the main focus is the girl and the dad. So that was nice. It's a nice show. It's a nice quiet show to kind of like let like, oh, and animation in general is not for kids. Like it can also be adult, but not like, ooh, sex all the time, sex everywhere, we're adults. But just like contemplative stuff, like, hey, we can be thoughtful and this kind of thing. There's a lot of like thought-provoking conversations being had in this show, like a lot of it, and it is a little bit scary at times how just true to life it can be at times, and yeah, that gets a little scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm just like, whoa, you're asking too many questions, or just too real and stuff like that. And but overall, it's a great show. I highly, 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 highly recommend it. Like, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Definitely for anybody to watch. Maybe even kids. I don't think there's any nudity in there. I don't think so. Like, if there is, it's probably like one-off thing, so you like blink and you miss it type thing. So, highly recommend it. Really good show. What else am I watching? Oh, I'm watching this cartoon on Dead End. This cartoon called Dead End Paranoia or something, or it's Dead End. I just call it Dead End. It's on Netflix. It's a really, 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 really good show. It's about this girl named Norma and her quote unquote friend named Barney. They both audition or interview for this job at this theme park called Dead End. And the theme park's not called Dead End, but the attraction that they're interviewing for is called Dead End. But turns out it was all a ploy to capture them, to try to make them one of them a vessel for like a demon king or whatever. But then they escape that. The demon king instead ends up in Barney's little Pugsley. Oh, that's so cute. Well, anyways, so it's just like the misadventures of these teenagers. I think Norma's 16, Barney's 17, I think. These teenagers, like, Barney's living in Dead End for reasons that they explain in like the first episode, but he wants to live in Dead End. Wait a minute. And so yeah, it's just like, their misadventures with their talking demonically possessed dog, and it's cute and it's nice and it's charming and da da. Watch it. So before she leaves, she is not her, but I think collect creatures in your garden and level them up to earn more powers. Watch, hope you break them. Yeah, okay. So her, not her final form, she is my favorite fairy. She right here, elf, epic level 3. She's my favorite. Now, I love her so much. Her evolution is adorable, but I wish I could zoom in. I can't. But I guess I must have missed her when she came out. But she's so cute. I love her costume. I love her outfit. I just love her. She's so cute. While technically she's not an event fairy, I get her eggs. Where are her eggs? Her eggs, these right here. These are her eggs, and I can't buy them. And as far as I know, I can't get them from Wonders. Like, I'm pretty sure I can't get them from any Wonders. Maybe there's a Wonder there that I have yet to crack. But the other thing about her is that I get her. She is not a reward, but the thing that the eggs come out of is a reward for an event. Not this. This. Well, this is mostly the reward. I don't remember where I get these tiny ones from, but this is the reward, and 3 eggs come out of this one. And if I remember correctly, 1 egg comes out of this. You can't merge them. That's what the black square is for. Green squares are for merging. Black squares you can't merge. You can't merge them. The only way you could upgrade them is to raise their levels with gems, which technically makes her a money. She's a money fairy. I have to pay her technically. Or maybe if I'm remembering incorrectly, I'm pretty sure her egg does occasionally come out of a wonder. I just cannot for the life of me remember which wonder. I'm pretty sure she does though. But all that aside, those are her eggs. She's so cute. I love her level 3. I don't know what her other levels are, but her level 3 is so cute. She mostly comes from a reward that comes from an event, and that's it. So we've reached the 1 hour mark. I know. Excuse me, sorry about the burping. Did a lot of just rambling here. But we are done here. Hang on. Right now, I'm just gonna clean up. And I have a lot of wood because I'm a hoarder. This is not healthy. This is just me hoarding. And then again, there are events where you need a certain number or something, or if I'm going for a star like this star right here. Sometimes you need excess wood that's just in the corner that you can quickly spend to quickly get a star, to quickly finish a goal, or to quickly finish an event. Sometimes that happens, but most of the time, these are just They're just laying here because I'm a freaking hoarder. I just hoard. This is what I do. Okay, I hoard wood. That's it. And wood is like the only thing I hoard in like my entirety of things. Wood is just the one thing I just like hoard a consistent amount of. Well, anyways, that's it. Now I gotta where's that for? Move the eggs. Place the wood in there. Yep, that's what I do. That's what I do. Shoot. Well, there you have it. A session on. Honestly, I don't know what this was supposed to be, but I hope somebody got something out of it. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys got something out of it. As for me, I just got to talk in in like a cracked voice, which is just I just like my voice when it's cracked like this. Just sounds less, I don't know, weird to me personally. I just like the way it sounds when it's like this. But yeah, there's really nothing else here. I'm just cleaning up a bit, doing a few 5 set merges while I'm here. Let's see. That makes sense. There, almost there. Yeah, just gonna do some 5 set merges. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't have to, like, be so extra with where everything goes so much. Like I said, I'm just freaking, you know what? Frick it. I'm just gonna. I usually prefer to do 5 merges, but when it's like, just, it don't need to be that way. Like, when it's so unnecessarily too much stuff, I'll just opt for the 3 merge and just do that. But yeah, this is my garden. This is what I do. Like 4 times a day. 4 times a day, Jesus. 3 times a day. This is what I do. So the thing about the witches and their oh my gravy, and their their tombstones is that I've actually completed that. I've completed the tombstone merges, and I've completed these, and I'm kind of wonder for that. Okay, this is the wonder for this, the tombstones. Okay, nothing came out of that, which I guess it makes sense. They're witches. Why would witches give you a reward for killing them? It don't make sense. And then this came out of these things that come out of the tombstones after you've merged them after a while, and nothing came out of those either, which again still makes sense. They're witches. It's a potion. Why would you get anything out of it? So I am no longer attempting to get wonders. Are they even called wonders? Are they even called wonders? They're called legendaries, so not wonders. They're not wonders. They're just the final form of whatever the thing is. And I don't really think there's mythical. mythical. Yeah, so there's no point in me continuously merging them. Like, I just get these to here so that I can sell them for a bigger price than they are here, because I spend a lot of time in my garden, and so a lot of witches pop up, and so I'm getting to the tombstone wonders much quicker than I originally did. So that's nice. That's, I finished like one thing that I didn't have to, constantly continuously work on, which has been kind of a blessing, I suppose. But yeah, there's that. And then these, when you merge them, it gives you this giant thing. And the giant thing doesn't really give a lot. Like, mostly what it gives is tiny stars. And those tiny stars, when you hit them, they give tiny chests, like these baby chests, which is just more money. So it's like you're merging them to their final level just so you can get tiny stars, just so you can get smaller levels, smaller chest levels. It's just pointless at that point. So I just merged them to like this level, which gives at least a good amount of stuff, like the chests, money, and these trees. Well, these baby trees mostly. And those have been helpful in getting me to this, because back in my first attempt, I did not get this tree. I did not get a level 13 tree until like 2 years into my play. But because of these, and also a few grinding here and there, I've managed to get there within only like 1 year of my play. Not 1 year. 2 years? Has it been 2 years? With only like 1 year of my play. Yeah, literally within 1 year. So it's been a bit of a saver, I'm not gonna lie. It's been like, wow, thanks. So I'm thankful. I am. Is there like one down here? So yeah, I just use it for that, and then to get that. Yeah. So there we go. And then that, and then that. There it is. Oh wait, no. Do that, and there. That works. But yeah, that's it. This is the first one I'm doing with a voice recording. Hope that's at least a little bit enjoyable for you, for those of you who like watching as opposed to watching and hearing. And I'm sure it was really annoying because I didn't have any sound bites on me. But this is probably not going to be a common thing because I can't be sick all the time. And also, I just do a lot of like watching, listening. I mean, watching, Jesus, listening of like videos and podcasts and stuff like that while I play this game. So, at the risk of having someone else's videos on my thing while I'm recording, like in the background or whatever, even though I'm occasionally talking, or even though if I want to, I would occasionally talk or comment or like, I just don't want to risk doing that. That just seems, extra. So last thing before I turn off, I would love if they would all be asleep by the time I'm leaving, but that's super unrealistic. The best I can do is have like maybe 1 or 2 of them running around by the time I'm ready to leave. And so even though my goal is to have all of them asleep before I leave, the best I can do is just maybe like most of them except for 1 or 2. And so yeah, at some point I just have to be like, you know what, I've done everything. I've cleaned up as much as I can. There's gonna be like one or two or three socks on the floor that's out of place that I can't do anything about, and that'll just have to be enough. Oh, nausea kicking in. For my asthma, for my nausea, I just got these over the counter, like, what's it, cherry gummies? Not gummies, cherry chewable pills. The pharmacist said I could take like, don't take more than 24 within 24 hours, but I could do 5 pills within the span of 15 minutes as needed. So they've been really helpful. I don't like the lingering cherry taste. Like, the cherry taste is fine. I just don't like the fact that it's lingering. But what can you do? You know, nausea is what nausea is. Once I'm done here, I'll just, I don't know, maybe delete the video. Who knows? Who knows if I ever upload this? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Alright, little sheep, head off to bed. I'll give him 1 shot. Ah, perfect. I love it when the stars align. Okay, so he's tired. He's going off to bed. I'm going to finish up, tidying up a little bit, and then I'll call it. Oh, no, I forgot. Okay, I always prefer to do these before I leave. Ugh, I should have waited. Should I have just waited? You know what? I'm going to merge them, but I'm not going to do anything with them until I come back. So I'll just leave them floating about, which is fine. It's all fine. And I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. Hang on. If I do it 2, not worth it. Tempting, but not worth it. Alright. See you clowns later. And